Good evening and welcome to the Words of Salongo. This is my first experiment of doing a podcast, trying something new and adventurous. So here we go. Today I've got my son Jonte with me. I'm just going to ask him some questions and just have a conversation. It's a free space, so
Hello.
we can be ourselves and discuss just different topics, answer them questions. You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Jonte. I am 17 years old. Yeah, I like music, video games. Yeah, that's it.
That's all? Anything else?
Maths. I like maths a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, we're just going to have a general conversation and I've got some questions to ask you and then anything you want to ask me. So it's just random. There's no specific or right answer. So first, you just came back from a trip in Italy. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, main purpose of going to Italy was to perform there with my friends, my school, my band. I've created a band just to try and pursue music at a high level because I decided to start taking it seriously. So I made a band and we were rehearsing just one time in school, and my music teacher came up to me and she said, Jonte, we have some spaces left on this Italy trip we're going to perform, and we'd love if your band can come with us. We can subsidize the cost and you can come with us. Yeah, that's how we got picked through. There was a lot of hassle on the day to actually go there. We had to get prepared, we had to get practice, we had to perform I had to make a bunch of new songs just specifically for the Italy trip, so I could have some new material. That was a bit stressful because it's really hard to make decent, good songs on a time limit. It was like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before the Italy trip, so it was really hard. But I managed to do it, managed to pull it off. Do you want anything else?
What's the name of your band? Or do you have a name?
Well, we've had a few names. One of them is Espoir, which means hope in French. So that's what we're sticking with right now, but we might change it later on.
How many people are in the band at the moment now?
It fluctuates. There's people who are in the band, but they only want to play specific songs. So I'd say the main members, just me, Oscar, Julian, Isaac, Rachel, and then people who join to play certain songs. There's Aki, you met him before. He's a boy who played at I played at my first ever gig at a bar. So that's, and then there's also Brian who plays piano sometimes.
So what genre of music do you guys do, or you don't do that?
We don't really stick with one genre. We've dabbled in jazz, pop, punk, rock. It's a lot of things. So we don't really stick with one. But I would say my main focus is pop punk. Those are the ones which I'm most confident in.
So who would you say would be your ideal, I wouldn't use the word idol, but the person you look up to that inspires you in music or
I
gives
would
you
say
inspiration?
Bruno Mars, Elton John, those two, because they have a nice, and Stevie Wonder, Steve Lacy, who else? I'd say those. They have there's a good, similar vocal range to me, a very high voice. Songs they make are similar to me, so I like them a lot.
So is this music thing a hobby? Is it a phase? What is it? What does it play in your life? What part?
Well, it's between music and math and what I want to do. Maths is, I just love maths. I've always been heavily interested in maths and I always love it. If it does happen to kick off, like I get famous or whatever, then I probably will pursue it as well as doing maths. But it's a hobby. So when I can perform, I'll perform. I'll keep doing music all the time. But if it kicks off, it kicks off. It's meant to be.
Okay, so you said you like maths. What do you want to do in maths? What field of work are you interested in, or what profession would you like to get into?
Professional. I'll tell I'm interested. First, I want to discover new things, just new things about the world. I was inspired by those two girls who proved the Pythagoras theorem again, which you showed me. That was really impressive. And those ways which I would think could be true, but they actually proved that those ways could be true, which is really hard, and it hasn't been proved for like years, hundreds of years. They thought there was only one proven method, so I want to be a person who can find another method. That would be really cool.
But when you say maths, what field of maths? There's engineering maths,
First, I wanted to go into
accounting.
theoretical maths, theoretical physics. I wanted to try and do that.
What does that cover? What field is that? Because I don't know what that is.
No, theoretical physics is just what we could possibly achieve if everything lined up correctly and we had everything, we had all the abilities to do said thing. What could we achieve? So that's what I was interested in first. But now I kind of like teaching now, and I don't know why. You started off the teaching, the tutoring, and I realized I'm pretty good at that. I don't know. I don't know if I can get the point across or people understand it. I like teaching a lot, so I'll become a professor or something with maths.
Okay. You said that you have opportunity from September. You got some.
Yes.
To explain that to me, elaborate on that for me. What uni? You got a placement to do or something?
Yes, I'm going to visit the University of Cambridge just to study there for 3 days.
How did you get into that?
There's a program online for year 12 students, year 13, year 12. I don't know if it's year 13. It's called the Sutton Trust program. And this program,
it's called what trust?
The Sutton Trust program. And basically, they take applicants and you sign up, you send in a personal statement, you tell where you're from, what you're interested in, and you choose a school you would specifically like to stay in. So they'd work with Durham, Warwick, Imperial, Cambridge, all the schools they partner with. And
this is Cambridge, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll give you the opportunity to go and study there for a specified amount of time, doing a subject that you want to do.
Is that free or what? Sponsor? You have to get a sponsor or you win a scholarship?
It's free. I didn't win a scholarship from them actually.
Huh?
Well, I got a scholarship from them for Upland, but I'll talk on that after. So it's free to sign up, and if you get in.
So if you go there for the 3 days, what happens after the 3 days? What is the assessment?
Nothing. It's just
a
visit to unis.
So you're going to see what it feels like to be at uni for 3 days.
Yeah.
So after that, now you're saying that you have to have a certain amount of grades to get a scholarship. What is your expected grades to get these scholarships?
To get a scholarship, what do you mean? Actually go to the school for a scholarship?
Yes, to get accepted into that.
Oh,
so if you're going to be doing that, if you're going to be doing that course.
No, you don't need to. You just sign up. This is what about. They don't care about your grades. It's really about your statement as well. What you send in to them. You have to write like a 500-page word something, just to see if they accept you. So maybe they like that. I don't remember if they asked about grades. I don't think they do. So you don't have to put in grades.
Okay, you said something about just now about scholarship. What is this thing you're talking about?
Oh, so I think everybody gets the opportunity to get a 2-year scholarship to Upland. It's like this website which is for revision. So I got that, which is fun. So
you've passed it or you don't know yet?
No, I have it. I'm using it at home. It's a really good revision website, Upland.
But you were saying to me that if you're from an ethnic minority.
Oh, you mean an actual scholarship?
Yeah, real scholarship.
Oh, so the real scholarship is different. So for LSE,
yes.
That's the one I want to go to get a scholarship.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So how do you go about getting them? What is the criteria?
Well, there's 2 sets of scholarships. There's a full-time scholarship, and then there's, I'd say I don't know the real name. I'll just say part-time scholarships. The part-time scholarships are like they pay for accommodation, or they pay for a certain amount of the tuition cost to go to uni. And a full-time scholarship is, I think just a full ride uni. You don't have to pay for anything. Okay. To get a full-time scholarship, obviously it's much harder. You do have to be in a minority, live in a low-end area, and obviously you need to get the grades.
Okay, so
you have to apply for it as well.
What are the grades that you need to get to be recognised for a scholarship?
Well, for the course I want to do, the grades I have to get into the school, I'm pretty sure A-star AA. Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, if you want a scholarship, you have to go above and beyond. I do 4 A levels. I do business, economics, maths, and music. So if I get an A star on all of them, and they like my personal statement that I send in, and the thing I actually have to apply for a scholarship, write them a message, and if they like that.
Okay, we stopped there for a second. So you explained that you needed some A stars.
Yeah, so to get into LSE, I need an A star AA. To get the scholarship, I'm going to aim for A star, like straight A stars. So A stars in all 4 of my subjects. A star is the highest.
So what is the intention to, what is the goal to LAC, London School of Economics? What is the course that you're going to be studying there?
I am either going to be doing accountancy and finance, or I'm going to be doing economic history. The goal in mind is, if I do accounting and finance, is I go into managing money, try and become a hedge fund manager. And the goal for economics history of economics, I'll probably try and get into a high-paying job dealing with the government or something. But yeah, if I want to go to Cambridge to do maths, that's a hard one because I need to be doing further maths, and if I'm not doing further maths, I have a lower chance of getting in. But it's not unheard of, and depending on the grades I get.
When are you due for your grades, so you will know?
Next year. I haven't done my A-levels yet. I'll do my A-levels next year. I get my grades next year, August 24th.
So when do you have to start? That's when you get your grades, you know what uni you can apply for.
What happens is, on the day of your grades, your results, you go on the UCAS tracker, which is basically the online website where you sign up to unis, you send in your personal statement, etc. And because UCAS is the people who give your grades, they already know if you got your grades or not. So they will send those grades to universities, and then on the website, those universities will tell you if you got it or not. So there'll be a big button which says, click here to see your application result. And
so you can apply for your university in advance, you're saying?
Yeah, so specifically for Cambridge and Oxford, and I think some other schools, there's early applicants, and these early applicants have to apply earlier, because hence the name. But the early applicants are people who are doing medicine or applying to top end schools. So for me, I have to apply for Cambridge by late September or late October. I think it's October 15th. But yeah, so
what are your top 3, or what how many do you have? Top 3?
Yeah, my top 3 are LSE, Cambridge, and Durham. Yeah, those 3.
Okay, why Durham?
Because it's good for maths.
Okay, so Durham, Cambridge, and
LSE.
LSE.
Yeah,
okay. Is there any questions you want to ask me before I continue? Alright, just keep asking questions.
Why do you want to start a podcast?
I just wanted to, well, for me, I wanted to find a hobby, and I've always been an entrepreneur, and I'll try to teach you that you must, even if you said you're going to go and do, say for example, economics, I've always pushed you to try and have a business of your own. So me doing the podcast, firstly, is fun, and then if something comes out of it, I'm happy. But it's just some way for me to have like a personal diary and share my opinion and just have conversation with people and life experience. Hence the name Words of Salongo. Salongo means father of twins in Uganda. So I like him. It's just some way to express myself. Okay, cool. That's a little bit. I'll discuss a little bit more about me later on. So I know that you're into books, yeah? So I've got some questions here. What is your favorite book? And what makes you, yeah, okay, let's do that. What's your favorite book?
Well, my favorite book right now, I would say, is this business book Mommy made me read. And
do you know the name of the book?
Yeah, it's called Business Strategies and Management.
Okay, by who? You don't know the name?
Ardy something, I don't know his name.
Okay. What does it talk about?
Well, it's a book which describes how to manage a business effectively and how to use specific strategies that would help a business run, like maintain itself and run smoothly. And I was forced to do it as work in the beginning, and I didn't really like it, and I hated it, honestly. I really hated it. It's a big book. It's like 600 pages, no, 300 pages, 400 pages. So it's not a big book, but in terms of words, it's chunky pages, really chunky pages. And I'm used to more fantasy or action books, which like it's a story, which is a fake story. So reading something which is actually real was pretty boring for me. But I'm doing business in class, and it really opened my eyes, honestly, to the way a business works. It's not just go in and you get money. There's so many different like parameters behind it that you have to follow. So many rules and regulations which you have to follow. This happened with music as well. Because when I met my producer, it wasn't like, oh, you make music, you record it, you send it off, and boom, you get money or you get performances. There's rules you have to follow. There's copyright infringement. There's so many different things behind the scenes which you don't see that go on in a business and in real life.
So what's your takeaway information from the book? Because as you said, it's one of your favorite book at the moment now.
Well, I would say it's taught me that there's a lot of things behind the closed doors, if that makes sense. There's a lot of things that you don't see that could be happening. And you may think you're doing something first try and it's easy, but there could be things you're missing behind. Yeah. Okay.
So, you said, how have you finished the book, firstly?
No.
Where are you?
Because I have to make notes. I'm on the Ansoff Matrix part. So I've just started the Ansoff Matrix.
What is that Ansoff
I don't know.
Matrix?
I've just started.
Okay.
I'm learning.
When you say matrix, but you said you don't understand what that is at the moment now.
Yeah. Well, I think if you're talking about the Matrix, are you talking about the Matrix?
No, because that's what I'm going by what you said about the books. It talks about so there are different levels or different like hidden doors. You said.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You don't know the full answer to that, so we'll come back to that when you study that. So you said you're into like fantasy books or fiction.
Mm.
What would be your favorite fiction book and what character?
What, my favorite one?
The ones you like, because this is business and this fantasy, isn't it? You have to separate the two.
Yeah. Well,
So,
it's
fiction.
a book my auntie bought me. She bought me the whole series. It is, I forgot it now. It's called, I forgot it now. Magic and Dragons or something. It's a really, well, I don't know the title, but I forgot the title. But my auntie got it for me for Christmas. She bought me the whole series. And the first time I read it, I was basically hooked. So I say that's my favourite. So it's about this boy who gets transported to this other world, and he is branded and marked as a human. And if you're branded in that world, you're basically treated as a slave. And it's about his journey trying to escape from that image, trying to get out of that image.
So what do you like about it?
It's fast paced and it's real. It's real. It has a sense of realism in it as well. Cause he's a black boy.
So
well.
Is there a form of escapism for you?
Yes, it's pretty good.
Okay.
You don't see many black characters in fantasy as well.
Okay.
It's pretty nice.
So the author is black, or you don't know?
I'm not sure.
Okay, but it's based on.
I don't really search up authors, but it's a black character.
Okay.
So because it's nice.
Okay.
Well, there's another book as well. But this one isn't. It's called Ghost, and it's also a black character, and it's this boy who, from a young age, has been running from himself, running from his family.
Is that the one from the British one you were telling me to read?
Yeah, and I got signed. He signed the book for me.
Okay.
It's really nice. It's that and Little Bit. Those two, I told you to read them.
Okay. I mean, I'm more into audiobooks.
I met the author of Little Bit. I met the author of Ghost. That was really cool. It was really cool. He signed the books to me. They both signed the books to me. I'll talk about Ghost. So Ghost, I said he's running from his past, and he's trying to fit in with his mum, who's working constantly overtime, and he's getting mixed up in gangs, drugs, violence, all of that, and he's trying to run away from all of that at once. But he learns to face it and ask for help and try and get out of that.
Why do you think people read books? What's the reason? Is it for I don't want to just say escapism. Some people read books because they're sad, it makes them happy.
I think people read it so they can they can get away from the real world, if that makes sense. I think a lot of people do that for only that reason. And I think that's fine if they like to do that, because a book is a different reality, it's a different world. I think you told me once, when you're reading a book, you get so engrossed sometimes that time can just fly by like hours so fast, because you build the story in your head. The character can be anything you want. You can make that a vision. The character can be you. You can read the book as yourself. I think that's why a lot more first perspective books are coming out. So they start saying I instead of Jake or something. It kind of gives you that sense that you're that character and it's your story.
Also, to add on, I think reading books improves your vocabulary and that your word becomes a wordsmith. So I think it's very good. That's why I think reading books is important. For me personally, I listen a lot to audiobooks. I prefer to listen to audiobooks. So, what makes you happy? What makes you happy? We're going to keep going on.
Well,
extend that a bit more. It's my first podcast, so there's always some technical issues and fine-tuning, so sorry about that. So the question was, what makes you happy?
Well, I don't think there's a way to describe that. Well, my friends make me happy, my family makes me happy, music makes me happy, playing games with my brother, like 9 p.m, midnight, makes me happy. Those silly moments, you know, when you're just sitting with your friends, or you're walking, you're on a bus going to Asda with your friends and you're talking about all the good old time, that makes me happy. I think, or just like little things, just sitting with your cat, even reading a book can make you happy. I don't think you can say one thing that could always make me happy.
Okay. Describe a great day. And what makes it special or a great day for you?
I say my first performance, my first ever gig in front of people I don't know. I think that was one of my great days. It wasn't the best, but you know, it's the first time, and I think it'll always be remembered as my favourite time.
When was that?
What? This was last year, December.
Where did you perform?
Performed at the Red Bridge bar next to my house. It was amazing.
Why was it amazing?
Because the first time where I could perform my music in a space with people I didn't know. Because I always performed in school, in front of crowds whose people I knew, really. So it wasn't really the same as like people who just come and see me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different feeling. Because it's like, oh, you know they can leave at any time. But they don't, because you feel like when you perform in front of friends and family, they're there because they know you as a person, not because they know you for music, if that makes sense.
So your self-esteem and confidence felt good that day?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could do anything right now, what would you do?
What do you mean? Like in life?
Yeah, anything.
Well, music. I think that's a big one, and it will always be a big one. Music is a really, really big passion of mine. So I guess having the opportunity to perform at so many like big places, that would be fun. Like the Victoria Fest, like the East Victoria Festival, Victoria Park, where Stormzy, Nax, all those people performed. that was a huge concert. Like imagine I want to perform in front of thousands of people who come and pay to see me.
So for you to do
Purpose.
Yeah, I'm adding on to that question. For you to do that, do you think that's a given thing, or you have to work for it?
I think it's 20% luck and 80% your effort. If that makes sense. So, for example, my friend Prince, he's become a rapper, very big rapper now. He's got like 1 million followers on TikTok, 100,000 on Instagram. He's performing places. He's earning money, brand deals, and his songs I'd say are good, but he's getting a lot of hate. He's getting a lot of hate for those songs because he's like a typical rapper. He takes samples from the internet, remixes them, and a lot of people don't like it or they don't see it like that. And he's a singer. He's a big singer. He's great at singing, and he does sing in his things. But he gets a lot of hate, and I think he blew up really quickly, really luckily. And I think it's a bit scary when you blew up that fast.
So
You can't manage it. It's a bit.
but that comes with the territory.
Yeah, and then the skill part is you just have to constantly putting out music or videos every day, TikToks, Reels, YouTube, everything. Every single day you have to keep pushing or promoting one song, and you gotta hope it gets picked up. If it doesn't, you move on to the next one, and you keep doing that over and over and over again. And eventually a lot of people get burnt out. And I think that's where the problem lies as well.
Okay, so you said this might be if you could do anything. What skills do you bring in when I'm asking what skills? Do you play the guitar? Can you sing? Can you write? Because everyone said they want to be a rapper or a singer.
I say the thing
So
I would
what
bring.
skills do you have that makes you unique?
I think, yeah,
First,
well, I play a lot of instruments. I'd say my mains right now, my main two are just piano and my singing voice. But I play guitar, I play drums, I play bass, I play a little bit of saxophone, play a little bit of violin. I say those are the mains. Then I play other ones. But
first, who's taught you to play these things? Are you self-taught? What
I've self-taught guitar, piano, but then a lot of stuff I just watch people and pick it up. I don't have a picture or something, but I think when you spend a lot of time in the music room and you spend a lot of time watching people playing music, eventually you're going to be like, oh, okay, so this is how you hold this is how you play this is how you put your fingers like this.
So can you write music?
What do you mean? I
Write
can write
songs.
lyrics, I can write,
That's
I make all my songs original.
So when I say Kanye West, like he's an all-round person. He can do everything himself. That gives you more like ownership on your music.
Yeah.
You can listen to the beat. You know what I mean. You know, you can play instrument. You can write your song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're all round. That's what I'm saying. What makes you different from other people? What do you bring to the
I
table?
was talking about this with my producer again. A lot of artists, they have a sort of personality which they follow and which people will latch onto. So I need to find that. I don't know what my thing will be, what my spark, I'd call it, would be. I'll find that eventually. Maybe it can be my voice is super high and I'm 17. It's very high. That's been a running gag for a while, but I'll find it. I think right now I can use my age. That's a big factor. A lot of people like young artists, and I'm pretty young, so I can use my age as a factor. But yeah, that's what I do.
Again, as I said, you can't just expect something to happen. People have to work for what they want, and also, dedication and discipline plays a very big part. If you don't have those things, it doesn't work. Another question I was going to ask you. As a young man, how does it feel like having a father around you?
Well, first of all, I'm very lucky because some of my friends don't have dads, or they're adopted, or they've lost their dad, and you can see the change in some people.
What do you mean by changing some people?
Because so one of my friends lost their dad, and
How old is your friend?
she was 16.
She's okay.
Yeah, she was gutted.
So that's last year. 16,
Yeah.
you're saying?
Oh yeah, So she was like gone, very upset, and it's like a whole switch, like a whole different person comes out. Oh, she's better now, but it's like a phase they're in where they're depressed. They don't want to speak to anybody, and it's really sad. But then there's also other people who are like, who have not seen their dad, and they hate their dad, or they don't want to speak to their dad, they want to talk about him. So I'm pretty lucky that I have you. So that's good.
Okay. And one thing I've always stated to you, that me, I'm not your friend, I'm your dad. So I make that very clear. However, you can come and speak to me, but I have to be your dad. I think I've always said that to you, isn't it? So you understand that. I think for me, my dad wasn't really around. I know my dad, and one of my goals and kind of aims in life, I said that if I have children, I must be around for them. You understand? It's not about financially, but being there mentally and spiritually, you know what I mean? Just being around so they can have someone to speak to. Hence why I said to you, I'm your dad, I'm not your friend, because there has to be some discipline. You can't come and say, oh dad, let's have a spliff or something like that. I don't even smoke. So you can't sit down and do those things with me. You understand? But you can come and talk to me, and I can give you my life experience. So I think it's imperative to be around for your children. What is one of the good memories that you've had with me specifically? But I'll start first. One of my good memories that I've had with you was we were in Uganda. I think you were about 3.5 years old, and we went to the Sheraton, and we went there to watch the fireworks, and we went to the shower, and Rita and what's her name? I can't remember the other girl's name, the nanny. She was there. Jim, what's her name? Your cousin.
The nanny.
The girl that used to look after you when you were young. Esther.
Oh.
Yes,
yeah,
Esther. So we went there to Sheraton to watch the fireworks, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have a shower, and she's like, yeah, hurry up, it's coming to midnight. And then I was having a shower with you, and bam, the clock went off, 12 o'clock at night. And for me, it was such a wonderful I don't know if you can remember that, but for me, it was such a wonderful memory. They were outside watching the firework, but it was such a wonderful memory to be having a shower, because we were standing up showering together, and the clock was going off at 12 o'clock. So for me, I will always remember that, because it's such a spiritual thing for me. That's the way, like it was just something I could always remember. So what has been like a good memory that you have with me?
I would say every Sunday night we watch a movie and you never miss it. I think those are my good memories.
Okay. So let me state back that from age 11, I brought you from Uganda when you were with your mum to stay in London. So for 5 years, how did it feel living with a dad for 5 years? So that's from age 11 to about what's 10 and 16, isn't it? Because that's when your mum came back over. What experience did you? Because now you can see the difference now, living back with your mum. How did that make you feel? How did you grow within that 5 years of being with a dad around you, just me and you?
I would say
It's not recorded.
I would say.
Okay.
I don't know how to answer that. I don't know. I think you're stricter than mummy. Yeah, you. What? I don't know. I think in certain things you're stricter and mummy is more strict in other things.
I'm strict with you as to teach you to be a man, because it's a life skill. I can't teach you to be a woman. I can only
There's
teach
some
you
things like
to be a man.
But then I don't know, it's different now because my brother and sister are back. So I can't really say, because I lived by myself with you, but I'm living with 3 people with mummy. So I can't really say.
Okay, let me give you an example when I'm saying about life skill. after a certain time, remember I came to you and I said to you, listen, I've got an opportunity to work more hours. So you had to become more independent. I used to drop you to school. I spoke with you and said, no, you have to go to school. Also, I told you on the weekend, listen, there's 2 men here, man. You have to start cleaning. You had to take, that's what I mean by life skills. You had to cook. You learn how to bake. I didn't teach you how to bake, but you learn how to bake. That's what I mean by life skills. Those are the life skills that I'm teaching you to be a man, that even though there's not a female around, it teaches you how to be independent. That's what I'm trying to get at. Because you know how to cook, don't you?
Yeah.
You know how to clean.
Yeah.
You know how to wash.
Yeah.
Well, you know how to make up your bed.
Yeah.
These are life skills. I showed you how to budget.
Mhm.
I showed you how to start a business.
Yeah.
I showed you how to write an invoice.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, because when I used to say to you, I used to pay you to clean my car. What's the name of the company? And you're, oh, Dad, I need to do that. What's the date? What is the price? These are life skills I'm teaching you, because as you get older, you're going to be able to realize, right, these skills you can apply to what business, because you're studying business, innit? So the first life skill starts at home. That was your foundation.
Yeah.
And then from then you can apply it to outside world. Because being with me for 5 years, you were earning what? How much were you earning when you were doing your classes?
What, £20?
Yeah. So, and how old were you?
It's like 15.
Okay. There's some people who are
Yeah.
in their 30s and 40s and don't earn £20 an hour. You see? So these are skills that I'm showing you, entrepreneurship. Yeah? That I've want to make you to become a better version of myself than myself. Please remove that. You're in an interview. I'm asking you questions and you're doing that.
Well,
No, I'm exposing you live. Please put that away.
wait, things, I think, things are taking the ramp. That's why I just keep stopping. Anyway,
So, I'm asking you, what skills do you think you have learned being around me?
you already said them.
No, I want to spark your brain so you can think for yourself, not for me, because you're not going to do the things I do.
You did basically say it.
Okay. So now
I don't
you've
know.
got your brothers and sister around you. What person have you become now? Because now you're living with your mum.
There's more responsibility you have to do. So now, they can't go to school by themselves. I have to go with them. So I have to wake up early because I can go in late some days, but now I can't because I have to drop them. So I'm usually just waiting at school. They can't go to the park by themselves. So if they want to go to the park, I have to go to the park. And even if I don't want to go to the park, I still have to go to the park. When mummy's out, I'm gonna make food. I usually have to do the bulk. of the
So you
stuff.
have to, what's the word again? You just have, what was the last sentence?
Oh.
No, before that. You have to what?
I have to cook.
Yeah. So, by you living with me, you were able to what?
Cook.
And gain experience.
It's not hard to cook.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you had someone to show you, because now it's teaching us some form of independence.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, you said that you had an opportunity to do did you do that web page apparently for somebody? Did you?
Yeah, I got paid for that.
So did you
For
write him an
some
invoice?
business. I did. I did actually.
And there you go. So that's what I'm saying to you. The things that you pick up.
Did I? Yeah, I did.
The things that you pick up from me, you're able to implement it. That's what I'm saying to you. These are the skills that I'm trying just to, as you get older, to it's your foundation I'm trying to build. Remember, I'm trying to teach you to be a young man. You have to learn to kind of survive for yourself, because me or your mom is not going to be here.
Yeah.
You understand? So
Yeah.
the way how I'm teaching you, you're going to take some of the things that's relevant and teach your children. You understand what I'm saying to you? Okay, so just having like a conversation like this, it's a memory, it's a moment like I'm saying to you when I had that moment with you back when you were little. One of the most important things why you read a lot, I said to you, is from age 2. I used to sit and, as I said, people have told you that.
This age keeps fluctuating. It's gone from like 4 to 2.
Well, it can't be 4.
Oh, yeah.
Who said 4?
Mommy said 4.
All right, but I'm telling you the story. Everyone tells the story different. I'm telling you the story. But at least she acknowledged. What did she say?
It was young.
She
you
Amen.
sat down.
That's what I'm saying to you, because I wanted to equip you with the right skills to bring the best out of you. Because for me, you're very talented, but you are lazy. And I call it as it is. As I said, I'm not your friend. I'm your dad. So I see that you have.
When it's boring, but when it's something fun.
No, it's not. But you know what? It's. But what I'm saying to you,
I can read something.
You're
and
gifted.
Then when I find it's fun, I keep reading it.
Yeah, but if you've got talent,
I'll keep doing maths because it's fun.
Yeah, but all I'm trying to do is finish the race, innit? What's the point? If you can run the race, finish the race. Like, if you're good at something, finish it quickly. What's the point you're waiting around for?
You know, I still run in the garden because you made me keep running.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because I'm giving you my skills, and then you take what's relevant and then you throw away the rubbish. So every Sunday we used to go running. You hate running, but guess what? In the beginning you used to do 5 laps, then 7 laps. Do you remember? I think what did you get up to, like 19? How old did you get up to?
No, I got to 32.
You see, that's what I'm saying. It's in you. But in the beginning, Dad, I don't want to do this.
My friends would call me because it was lockdown, right?
No, it wasn't lockdown.
It was holidays.
No, it was Sunday. We used to go running Sundays.
Because my friends would call me to play, remember? And then I have to say no.
That's not relevant.
It was
No,
lockdown.
we used to get up in the morning.
Yeah, and it was before. It was like 11 a.m.
Yes, and go running.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just teaching you live skills to be healthy, because you're into calisthenics. Yeah?
You say catastatic.
So how do you
Calisthenics.
Calisthenics, right? I'm into the gym. You understand? So you've taken some form of exercise, but you haven't taken my exercise. So that's what I'm saying to you. But the point is, let me show you, because I've been down the road. That's where experience comes in, life experience. I've been down this particular road. So I'll say to you, don't go right, don't go left. You understand? So then you decide, you know what, Dad, I don't really want to go to the gym. I prefer to use my own body strength. Don't really care as long as you exercise. Because it keeps you healthy and you're strong. You're able to defend yourself. Not that I'm promoting that you should go and do anything, but you're able to look after yourself. And what does it do? It builds self-confidence, self-esteem. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm so skinny.
Yeah, because you're still growing. You just said to me you had a squeaky voice.
My voice, I've had a squeaky voice since I was a kid.
That's growing. You're still
It's
growing.
never going to change.
Yeah, but your body, so hence if you put in the work, same like you say you want to do music, if you put in the work, you will see a result. You understand what I'm saying to you? All I'm trying to do is reason with you. I'm not having a go at you, but I'm just giving my perspective. If you choose to do it, it's cool. If you don't, I respect it. It's your choice. However, I remember when you had your business and you raised like 400 something pounds, telling you to save your money, what did you go and do?
I spent my money.
You stole the money.
It's not stealing if it's my money.
I put it away, you went and took the money. And now when you needed the money, Dad, no, save the money. Because I'd had the same business with you, I saved my money, and I said to you, look, the money I've used now to do this podcast. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying that you can't have fun. I'm just saying to just think about what you're going to do. Because now you're going to be 18 next year.
Yeah.
Yeah? So, I just want you to make a wise decision. Yeah? So, us having these conversations...
Do whatever I want.
No, you can't do ever what you want.
Well, yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
I'm legally an adult.
Anyway, as I said, yeah, I'm just trying to teach you to make wise decision. If you F up, that's your business. But me, I told you. You get what I'm saying to you?
Podcast.
I'm not so... Man, it's my podcast.
Yeah, we only get flagged.
I didn't swear. Anyway, as I said, it's my podcast, so I can do what I want to do. I've got a few more questions here.
Take a break.
In a minute. If you could open up a shop, what would you sell?
Oh. I'd probably open up a corner shop to sell miscellaneous stuff. Those do really well. Corner shop, just another corner shop.
Okay.
They do really well. And I think they're usually bought out by one big company, like the Nisa company. So all the shops next to my school have been bought out by Nissan. So that's probably what would happen, but they make a lot of money. They're really nice. Yeah, it's nice and simple.
I think for me, I'm trying to make... Stop touching that thing, man. I'm trying to make you aware that wherever you do, have some form of self-employment. If you know it, that's what I'm trying to push through. Because I still do it. Like...
I might actually open up a shop.
Yeah,
just for fun.
well, you have... Your generation is internet, so you can do things. We've done... what I'm saying to you, I've done business with you. We had something on the internet.
I tried drop shipping, but that was really...
You have to put the work in. Nothing is given to you.
It was just really confusing.
Nothing is given to you. You got to work for it. That's my point. I'm just teaching you. I'm trying to instill that you have to have some entrepreneurship in you. You have it in, again, with that laziness. You have it within you, but you got to put the work in. Yeah. Your generation is IT. You're here now teaching me how to use this IT program. Yeah. So I'm trying to say to you, while you're doing your hustling, yeah, sorry, when you're doing your studying, do your hustling on the side, because you had a teaching program that you did on the internet. Yes? So you're ahead of your time. So now if you become, say for example, you become a professor in maths, it's the same thing that now you fast forward 10 years forward, is you're going to use now, what did you use to call the girl on the internet?
I use Zoom.
Zoom. So you could be running a class anywhere in the world. And actually, one of the questions I was going to ask you, if you could live anywhere, because I remember one time you told me Japan, it kind of blew my head. Why you want to go to Japan? And I got, by the way, I know you're young, so you're going to have many ideas, but I'm intrigued.
I want to go to...
So what, if you could go to any country, what country would you go to and why?
Well, I'm into a lot of Greek mythology podcasts. So I'll probably go Greece. Yeah.
Greek mythology. What's explain that to me.
So, Greek mythology is basically they believe in different types of gods. So Zeus, Hades, Poseidon, those gods. It's just really interesting. The stories are interesting. The actual myths are interesting.
How does it make you feel? How does it stimulate your mind? What intrigues you about
the actual history behind it. I just listen to the podcast on Spotify. So before I go to bed or something, I just listen to it. So yeah, that's really interesting.
Because I like
not
that.
just Greek mythology, just histories of things, like histories of storybooks or old stories that you never think of. So histories of nursery rhymes. Like there's like such a dark history of Jack and Jill. Apparently it was like a political argument against King Richard I or something. So it's really interesting just to listen to it. Listen to the backstory of how it's been made, or how the little hidden meanings behind it. You never expect it from those things.
No, I agree, because I said to you again, your knowledge is based on your circumference. So you have to come out the zone that you're in to see things different. So I'm all for that. You understand? Because you're going to listen to it, and then halfway, after like 6 months, you'll be like, I've heard enough, because you've equipped yourself with that knowledge. That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, because now, once I listen to them, there's things where they'll brush over, or things you're not supposed to know. They'll be like, oh, you don't really need to know this. But then I'll know it. Because it's like, oh. So when it says something, and I say, oh, okay, that's not quite right.
So
nice.
Okay. I'm older than you, so I've walked down the road. This is the same analogy I'm using. Yeah, I'm using I've got the experience, and I'm saying to you, like, if you do try a bit. No, I don't like the word try. If you work and really focus on what you want, you can achieve your goal within 10 years and retire. Because your generation is totally different than my generation. You understand? You're technical. You're internet people. I see you with the phone. You're constantly on the phone. Like the guy who went to the shop. Imagine he has a shop. I'm talking to him. He's playing the phone. He's so intrigued by the game.
Yeah.
Even you laugh. Even him like, oh shit, I forgot.
He was just playing. He's probably on break.
But he runs a business.
He's probably employed.
But no, where's the customer service?
Hey, people stopped believing that a long time ago.
So that's what wins. The greatest business is to provide something to the customer. That is the business that will always succeed. If you offer something, if you offer service, you always make money. Not that you should chase money, but you always make money. So you said the question was asked you if you can go and live anywhere.
Go to Greece, Rome.
So Japan is out the thing
Oh
now.
no, I want to go. I want to visit there. I wanted to live somewhere. I think the culture.
Of Greece.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's nice. The monuments and stuff as well. Been to Uganda, so I already know that culture. But I want to go somewhere new. Somewhere I've never been. I've never been to Greece before.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to visit that place. I will visit it actually.
Well, you put you on
Because
your.
it'll be interesting. Just go to museums as well, and know everything about it. Be nice. I won't understand the language, but you know what I mean.
So do you believe in vision board?
Ah.
Do you know what a
I
vision?
believe in writing stuff down.
Do you know what a vision board is?
Yeah, you have it. Where's it? It's
Mine's behind me. So you write down. I was gonna say to you, like, write down what you like, not what I like, and not what other people like. What do you want in your life, as John say? So write down your visions, and you'll see it will manifest in time with hard work and dedication. By you having it there, you get to see it every day. Did you smile today?
Yeah. Smile every day. Well, yeah, I smile every day.
What made you laugh today? Anything funny?
No, I was watching Rick and Morty. It's a funny show, so that made me laugh.
Okay. Would you say that you're a happy child?
Yes, I would. I would say that.
Yeah. You're
No.
quite content.
Yeah, 100%. No question about that.
You don't deal with any depression, anxiety, stress,
I don't.
because a lot of young
No.
people say they deal with that.
I'm pretty
Peer
confident.
pressure. Peer pressure.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't care really what anyone thinks.
So if you had anything that you feel confident, you can come to me or your mum.
Yes, 100%. I have done it.
No, I'm asking you questions.
Yes, I would. If something was happening, I would 100% tell.
You feel very comfortable doing that.
Yes. 100%, yeah.
What did you enjoy about living in Uganda, if you can remember?
Family. Seeing all my family. I didn't know I had that much. And only in Uganda. There's more in Ghana. I don't remember that much from Ghana. But there's a lot in Uganda. A lot. It's hard to keep track of all the names.
Yeah,
But
they're
they
from
all- they-
Uganda.
they all know
My
me.
family's spread, even in Ghana, they're spread about. They're more in America as well. Go on.
Yeah. So, and just knowing that you can ask for help from anybody. And there's a lot of people just there. That and the schooling, because the schooling is way harder.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
that's
'Cause I
why-
can still remember. I went into Aga Khan,
Aga Khan, yes.
and I think I was very confident on the test, the math test, and I think I flopped it because I came from the UK, and the tests were way harder, and I flopped it. I failed. Yeah, I think I remember that clearly.
What about the culture and being able to go to Judge's Farm? And that the question I was going to ask you, like,
Oh yeah,
Wait
first
1
time I
second.
milked a cow as well.
yeah, I was going to ask you, like, you've been one of the most privileged child that I know, like you're within your friends, that when you've been to Africa, and this is what I say to you about don't chase money, that you had the experience of like knowing chicken doesn't come from Tesco. So add on now to what I was going to say, like, you actually milked a cow. How many?
I think everyone knows chicken doesn't come from Tesco.
I'm using the analogy to be sarcastic, because you've been to the country, you lived. How big is Judge's land?
It's bigger than the park.
So
Oh,
Judge's
it's
land is
big.
like 300 acres.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
it's bigger than our park basically.
300
Like
acres.
double our size.
It's like a day's walk around. But my point I'm trying. And you walked? Did you walk around that place, or you couldn't?
There's
do it?
places I haven't been to on the farm.
Okay.
I've lived. I think the furthest I've walked was to
The
where
pig.
the bricklayers are.
Where's the pigs?
Now, if you go down next to the fish pond and you walk straight along that's still
Okay.
Judge's land.
Yes.
There's bricklayers which just they're stationed in that area there.
So how did
I
it?
think they pay her something.
So how? Yes, her land goes. That's correct. When you come from the main road, you know it goes all the way there as well.
Yeah, so they have to pay her to go there. And
That's
be in that
correct.
area.
Yeah. So how did it feel like milking a cow?
I was tired. I don't remember. Because we had to wake up like super.
That's
like
right.
3
You
a.m.
wake up early.
and then go straight there. And I think all the times I've been there, I've been just so tired because I didn't want to wake up. But I think I don't think I could do it properly. But then when the people who actually did it, they could just do it super fast. I couldn't do it properly. Every
You're
time I
not
did
used to
it,
it.
it wasn't a stream because they do it and it was just like a constant like a loud burst. And when I did it, it was just a small. small stream. So mad horrible. It's horrible.
So Jaja means, and I know people might not understand, but Jaja means like, in Uganda it means like, we call elder Jaja. And Muzei means man, which is like it's respect for your elders. So did you do the chicken? Did you manage to pluck the chicken and kill it? Or you didn't?
No, I think they killed the chicken in front of me. That scared me.
Okay.
So yeah, that was the fun because it kept moving around. It had no head. I know what that is now. It's like it's not a disorder. It's your body keeps moving. Apparently, animals' bodies keep moving. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. When they get killed, there's still a response. It's pretty cool.
So the point I was trying to get is that, like, you as a young man, you realize that wealth is not sometimes about money, is it? Like the experience that you got, and going to, like, is Africa, because you've seen both worlds, would you say Africa, well, I don't know how, if you watch TV a lot, would you say Africa is what it show you like on TV, or what you see because you live there? I'm
no,
not
the
saying
things
it's
on
perfect.
TV are 100% money scams. They are UNICEF and them lot. They do good.
Have you seen those videos, or you seen what they promote of what Africa looks like?
Obviously, there's good people, but they need money to do that.
No, but I'm saying, like, when you go and see certain
Oh
parts
yes,
of,
it's completely different. Like
Yeah.
the place they go, I think they've taken specific rural areas and they haven't really looked at it a whole. Africa is pretty developed now. It's getting even more developed, and they have a lot of resources in there that obviously have been taken, but they're still there. So if we look at, I think, is it Congo or Kenya, where they have all the stuff used for the
Congo.
phones?
Congo, which is right next to
There's
Jaja,
a carbon they need.
the ones that makes the phone. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something inside. I don't remember what it is, but I know Congo.
It's Congo.
Congo has that
They use for phones and laptops.
materials they
yeah.
use for phones and laptops. So obviously there's a lot of resources which are very expensive there, and if they did manage to have full control over it, then they'd become very wealthy. But they don't.
So you're not bamboozled by the media that shows that Africa is poor.
I don't watch the news.
Okay.
Well, I have to now because of economics, but I'm not. I wouldn't be.
No, I'm just want to, at least your mind is broadened to see that you
I
have
don't
to
think I
actually
believe it either way.
go and see things for yourself sometime, not what someone says. Because as I said, you've been fortunate enough to live on a piece of land that's like it's half the size. It's okay, but we'll continue. It's half the size of Stratford. It's big. So
It is. It's probably bigger than my house walk to Stratford Centre.
No, it's 300. It's nearly 300 acres. That's big. That's a big piece of land. Yeah.
I've just realised that. If you look at it in scale.
300 football pitches, because 1 acre is a football pitch. So that's how big that land is. So you had a wonderful experience there, would you say?
Yes.
How did you feel like coming back to London? And
Culture
you're lucky because
Big.
you left secondary school at age 6, primary school. Sorry.
Not 6, like 7.
No, you spent your 7th birthday in Uganda. Look, the picture is there. So you left primary school, and you were fortunate enough to actually come back to actually meet up with most of your friends from primary school.
Yeah, I got lucky with that.
You're very lucky with that. Huh?
It's not luck. It's meant to be. It's God's will.
Yeah.
God's
So
will.
you actually got back to meet, because when you were in Uganda, you didn't really know nobody. You came halfway through your, like, what, primary school?
Yeah, but I got to know the people pretty fast.
No, I know that, but these are your fundamental, like,
Friends.
primary school people that you grew up with from age 3, 4, 5, 6. You understand?
Yeah.
So you've come back, and you all you had done was like a 4 years gap or 3 years gap, and you've come back now to meet up with them, and that friendship is still there. Like Amal is still there. You said Oscar. Well, it's only Amal and Oscar I know. And what's the other guy? There's actually the other
Arthur.
light skinned guy. I can't remember his name. You know,
Adrian.
Adrian. That's it.
The guy lives in like.
I just know them by face. I know them by face.
Who,
So how-
Auntie Laura's son?
Yeah, Amal,
No, Amal. That's Amal's Auntie Joe's son.
Armani.
Yeah, Amani.
So how did you feel like coming back to London? I know it's
It
gonna.
was culture shock. You know, all these lights. everything. Internet's a big thing. Took for granted. You have to like pay for a specific amount of internet in Uganda. Now, it's unlimited. I can use it for as long as I want. No penalty. Pay for it for the monthly thing, and then it's unlimited for the rest of that.
Because in Uganda, you're paying for megabytes or
yeah,
gigabytes.
So there was a limit, strict limit. I would say school's a lot easier. Yeah, I took it easy when school came around. It was like
the work was easier.
Yeah. Even my teachers were like, Johnny, stop taking.
And that's what I'm saying. Back. Stop doing that, please, man. That's what I'm saying to you about you not wanting to push yourself, because Uganda, you don't pass. You get failed the grade, isn't it?
Yeah, you get held back.
Yeah. Over in London, you get Z and B. Everyone pass or A pass.
Well, I mean, you don't pass A levels because you don't.
Yeah, but the A levels, you don't have to go do A levels. Remember?
Oh yeah, fair. College, still.
People don't have to go college.
Oh yeah, fair. No.
I keep telling you, you don't have to go college.
You get to go through setup. You don't have to.
You don't have to. You can go on apprentice.
You need certain grades for that. It's not just you.
This is England. You can get away with anything. In England, you can get away with anything. That's my point. Over back home, people work. We take things for granted, and that's what I'm saying to you. Take advantage of the situation that you're in. You live in England. Take advantage. You just said it to myself. Unlimited internet. Uganda, we pay for that, and it's expensive, as you know. Power cuts. It's a beautiful place. Water stop running, because you've experienced that. Water stop running. The only advantage we like is you get fresh food constantly, isn't it? There's a big difference in that way. Okay. What are some of the best things about you? And we're gonna wind up soon anyway.
I would say my confidence. I think that's because of you.
You have confidence.
Yeah, I can. I mean, if I go, I have confidence talking to new people, I guess. If I meet a random person or new person at school, I'll probably be the first to go speak to them, try and become friends with them. I like to get to know the people. It's nice.
Oh, so you're a people's person, would you say?
Yeah.
Please sit up, man.
This chair is really uncomfortable. It's like slanted down, I don't know why.
Sit on it properly, man. Or sit over here.
Yeah, I'll do that.
No, stay there. Stay there.
Yeah, I am a people's person. I like meeting new people, I like talking to people, finding out about them. It's really nice.
So with confidence, what makes you confident?
Makes you confident. I don't know. I think people like confidence. I think right now, my generation, they're a bit different. If that makes sense. I don't think a lot of people are that outgoing. I mean, you see online there's some specific people who are outgoing, but a lot of them actually aren't really open, don't know how to talk and stuff. And there are people like that, but I think sometimes people just want somebody who can go up to them, speak to them, because you never know what's happening. So it's nice.
Okay, because in school you've been some of the what do you call it, like for the school reps?
Yeah, it's not fun sometimes, because now I've realised how much of a hassle it is, because I'll be in class and I get called out to go give a talk to a new teacher or something. Well, I mean, it's a compliment in a sense, because that means they like me giving talks to people and talking to new students and stuff. But also it's annoying, because I'm in class, it's a bit much. They called they called mummy, so I could come into school. During the holidays, that's why I have to go to school. Yeah.
Well, you took on the responsibility, leadership.
No, I didn't. I've never taken on that, but I mean, it's nice.
No, you put your name forward to be...
No, they called mummy.
No, but you put your name forward to be a representation of the school.
I'm talking about results day. They called mummy, they called me in to go help.
Yeah, but you've put your name forward and that's why the school called you.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not an ambassador.
Yes, you did.
I'm just a nice kid.
Okay. Before you put your name forward to be an ambassador.
No. I never did that.
In the first time you start school, you never put your name forward.
No, they probably chose me or something.
You could have said no.
I think I did. I don't think I've ever been on an ambassador thing. There has been those things. I'm just, like, me and Oscar usually are the ones who go and will talk to teachers. We were on the news as well. That was fun. we have to go on the one show later, I think this month, talk about a business proposal as well. Don't ask me what it is because we haven't made it yet. We're not sure.
You and Oscar is representing the school.
Me and my Tracy. She's in my business class. We have to represent a business idea which can be done. I'm not sure. As well,
Okay.
But I'm not sure what the business idea is yet. We have to make it. We'll sit down and make it. But we also have mocks for our exams coming up soon. So it's a lot of revising because I need to get the A stars. All of them A stars. You owe me. You're gonna give me something if I get straight A stars. You said so.
I was gonna say I said I did bring up this conversation with my friend. I said that I was gonna offer £50 each A star you get.
No, not 50.
Yeah, man.
That's so little.
You gotta work for it.
A bit more.
Earn it.
100.
Earn it, my friend.
That's £400. We can round it up to 500 because my birthday. But I think that's fine. £50. So that's a great deal. That's what. Because I do 4. That's 250. No, it's 200.
You gotta prove it to me, and then I'll think about it. If you could learn a language, what language would it be and why?
Latin or Egyptian hieroglyphics.
Explain to me why.
I've told you I'm into mythology and history like that.
So Latin.
Latin because it's the old language.
One of the oldest languages.
Yeah, one of the old languages, and hieroglyphics because
that's an older language.
Yeah.
Why hieroglyphics?
A lot of stories haven't been deciphered yet. So if I could perfectly know every hieroglyphic or everything to do with the Egyptian language, the old language,
so that comes
I
back
could
to
find out so many
maths
things.
Again.
Oh my gosh!
That comes back to learning maths.
Yeah.
Because they play a part together. They
do 100%. They're the ones who worked out trigonometry. It's amazing what they did. The pyramids is so advanced for their time then. It's so impressive.
So what's your knowledge on Egyptology?
I haven't studied it as much as I want to yet. I only know a bit about their gods and what they worship. I only know the main ones. So
Who's
Ra, Anubis. Those I know about his stories. How he was chopped up and killed and separated into different pieces and put down in the river, so he could be separated and never be reincarnated. And his wife tried to save him, but he was missing a piece, and that goes down a whole rabbit hole. So I only know a few stories. I'm gonna research a bit more on it. I probably will.
So when just to give you a little metaphysics on that side, that 12 pieces also goes back to the 12 signs.
You know it as well.
Huh?
You know it as well.
As I said, I've been down the road longer than you, so if I'm giving you advice, I'm trying to explain something to you. I've been studying metaphysics, numerology, before you were born. So it's as I say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You have to keep learning.
Why didn't you tell me about this when I was younger? I would have done it from a younger age. You didn't tell me about all this mythology and stuff. I had to find this out randomly.
There you go. So you have to go on your own journey, and then along that way you will meet many different people, and they will show you different ways of learning, and it's for you to take what's relevant for you and throw away the rest. But I think to study broadens your mind. I've told you, like, one of my favorite books, which I've told you to study and you still haven't done it, The Richest Man in Babylon.
Same. I've listened to that book so many times.
Well, it has many seeds of wisdom. We've got that one. I also recommend The Alchemist.
About Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich. Well, it's actually
Rich Man, Poor Man.
No, you said it wrong. But Rich Dad, Poor Dad. But I wouldn't put that as my top books. I'll definitely put The Richest Man in Babylon as my first one. Then maybe The Alchemist around third or fourth. There's some other books that escapes my mind at the moment now, but you got quite a few books. I've told you what books, but I definitely always say to you, Richest Man in Babylon.
Good memory.
Definitely look into that book.
It's when I sat on your bed and I listened to those audiobooks all night.
So
those are good.
One of the questions, do you fit in with your peers? I don't know, no question as well.
Yeah.
Would you say you're a leader or follower?
I would say I'm a leader.
What makes you a leader?
first of all starting music. I started music by myself, and people wanted to join in. And I said, yeah.
So are you a good leader or a bad leader?
I think sometimes a good leader, sometimes a bad leader.
What defines as a good leader?
So someone who listens
Good.
to their people's ideas.
Well, you don't listen to me when I speak to you.
Yes, I do. Sometimes.
To
your
start
things
this
are very
podcast, I've
confusing.
been waiting over a month, and you still haven't got the right programs for me.
Yes, I did. Because you weren't specifying. Now the music's working though, so it's fine.
There still need to be improvement.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. The first draft or first try. As it gets better, I'll come on every month.
So, being a good leader is
listens to your comrades, and then knows when to take initiative, knows when to listen to yourself.
Okay.
Can't be influenced by people because then you just become a follower.
What makes you smart?
I've been gifted by the grace of God with a good memory. I can memorize things really, really easily. I can pick up things when I put my mind to it. I know if I sit down and if I'm into something, like really into something, I can learn everything in the span of like 2 hours and I'll never forget it. If I'm not into something, I know no matter how hard I try, I'm not going to do it.
Okay. All right. I think we're going to end on that note. And thanks for coming and
Thank
helping
you.
me with this podcast.
Oh, you're talking to me? I thought you were talking to the audience.
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you
No
for
problem.
helping me. And then we need to
Welcome.
work on some more programs, how I can get this thing done a bit more professional. But yeah, appreciate it. And hopefully we'll continue having some more conversation once I set myself up properly. But that's it. Appreciate it. Have a
Bye.
wonderful night. Bye.
Bye.